Cal's from Cal's Crafts. Welcome back if you've been before, and hi if this is your first time. This is my WIP and chat. It usually goes up on a Saturday, but unfortunately I couldn't talk very well on Saturday. I had some work done on my teeth and jaw, so I do still sound a little bit slurry at times, so I do apologise. But I was determined to do a WIP and chat today because I miss you a lot. I do. And I know you want to know what's been going on in the Withington household because it's so interesting. Not. Yeah, so weather today in sunny Wales. Well, we had about 2 seconds of sun earlier and I thought, oh, we're going to have a bit of sun today. Yeah, no. It just poked it out to say I am here, but I'm hiding. But it isn't raining, so I can't grumble, and it isn't too cold, so... You know, it's just nice to walk with a thin jacket out today, so... But it is dark. It's gloomy. That's the word, gloomy. But I suppose it is this time of year, and it's going to get darker and darker. And I want to bring that a bit nearer me so I can get to it. That's it. Yeah, so I can't remember what happened last Sunday. Can't think for the life of me. I know I had my live, which was really good fun. We did giggle non-stop yet again. But apart from that, I can't remember much. Bit of a daze. I think I was so excited because Joshua came home on Monday. He got here about 3 o'clock. Oh, and it was so nice to see him. And the poor dog, Lily, she was so excited. I opened the door and she nearly wet herself in excitement, bless her. She didn't know what to do with herself. She was going round and round the circle. Her tail was swinging back and forth and round and round and round. And she won't go. She knows they have to, because they park across the road from us. So she knows she has to wait until they actually get on the drive before she's allowed out. So she was sat there waiting. And as soon as his one foot came towards the drive, she was gone. She jumped into his arms and licking him all over. Josh says, I think she's missed me. I said, yep. She has missed you loads. Oh, she was crying, and oh, it was so nice to see, bless her. She was so excited to see her big brother. I mean, did the girls come down and greet him? No. Mind you, they were on lessons, so I'll let them off. But yeah, it was just like they just shouted to do all right, and that was it. And he just shouted about, yeah. So he said, I've brought me washing home, Mum. So we had a massive big wash basket full of washing. I don't know, I usually moan about washing, but I really enjoyed doing my boys' washing. I do. I got some nice Lenore and some nice washing stuff for him, so it smells all nice for him. Sorry, I will be drinking my tea all the way through for my throat. Granny says I spoilt him. So you're bloody spoiling him. He said, I don't get this treatment. I said, you're not living 5 hours away, are you? And I don't know when I'm going to see my boy again, because they're thinking of keeping him there over the Christmas. So I said, I've got to get it in now. So I said, I can't do much. A simple thing like giving him nice, clean, smelling washing is the least I can do. So I washed everything and nothing needed ironing, thank goodness. So I folded it all up nice and cleaned the basket out and put it all back in the basket. And then whatever he wore while he was here, I cleaned that and ready for him to go back, because he went back Wednesday afternoon. So he went and got a bit of shopping, which I paid for. And I said, what about, toilet roll, shampoo? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I said, look, I'll go out and I'll get all your essential stuff. So I went and stockpiled some toilet rolls, some kitchen roll, bleach, shampoos, hairspray. He has this dry shampoo, a couple of tins of dry shampoo. He said he was all right for soap, shower gel, deodorant. And then, of course, Mummy's got to put some treats in as well. So I put a load of different biscuits and things in. He's not a chocolate lover, but he does like the occasional biscuit. So I put a load of biscuits and like cereal bars and stuff like that. He likes them, but like he said, you can't buy them on his budget. So I bought a load of stuff like that. He said, oh, you didn't have to, Mum. I said, I know. But I said, it's nice to have a few little snacks and things if you're working away. in your room. I said, studying. I said, you just want to grab something quick. I said, you'll have it there on the shelf above you then. So he took back with him, he borrowed the girls. He's got an Xbox One of his own, but he's taken back the Wii as well, because it's got Mario Kart on it. So he said it'd be fun for them all to do, because there's 5 of them in the flat, to do Mario competitions. And I think he took the Wii Sport and Dance Off or something, some dancing one. I think that will be more for when they've had a few to drink. But they get on really well. So he said, could he take that back? A girl said, yeah, that's fine. Well, I thought they were going to say no. But no, they said, no, that's fine. And then he took the guitar back, because he's trying to learn himself to play the guitar. So he took that back, and he took board game Monopoly back, the Cheaters edition. I said, you can have the normal. He said, no, Mum, the Cheaters edition's more fun. So he took that back. So the girl said, yeah, take that. So he said, we've got a few things. And the others were bringing stuff back. So he got back to Hull before they went into shutdown. So he said he went back Wednesday, so he'd be there ready when they went into shutdown on Thursday. Because, like, we've come out of lockdown today, and, like, he's gone into lockdown. So it was like, oh. But he's there safe, so I said that's the main thing. So I filled his car completely up with fuel to the top as well, so he had more than enough fuel to get there and to go and get bits and pieces if he needed it. I know, but I can't help but spoil him. I want him to be, do you know what I mean? You want him to know that they've got enough stuff there, they're safe. 18. You know, they don't want to want for anything. Well, they're there. Well, not want, but you know, the basics. Everybody should be able to have the basics. So, and here's my baby. Can't find number 18. 6, 4, 23, 18. There she is. But yeah, so he went back. So I had a few tears when he went back, I got to admit. And I did get half a hug. Josh doesn't do hugs. He never has, even as a little one. He sort of just puts his arm around you and taps you on the back, you know, that sort of hug. But it's better than nothing. It means a lot that he actually did that, because usually he only does it with his granddad and his nan. But he did to me, so yeah, and I had a little cry. And he did shout bye to the girls as he went past their bedroom, because they were on doing lessons in their rooms. He was just like, bye. I said to him, did he shout bye? And they said, yeah, he just went, bye. Just make me laugh. Oh, hang on, that's my daughter messaging me. She's got winky wonky glasses. Oh, she's got a hole in her jumper, she says. Can you sew this back up when I get home? Yes, of course I can, because I love you. And her dinner is at 1:25, because she's got winky wonky glasses apparently. She says, I got a winky wonky face, Mum. I got winky wonky bracelet, my jaw, and now my glasses are all winky wonky. She's nicked my term, winky wonky, have you noticed? So I said, well, we can alter your glass. And I booked her in to see the orthodontist, because she had braces to do her teeth. But for some reason, it's pushed her jaw back, the bottom jaw back. So her front jaw sits right forward and her jaw's back quite a bit. So she's not happy. She's so upset with it. So I said, well, we're going to go back and say, why has this happened? You know, because she wears a retainer all the time. So, yeah, she's been into school today and she's not the best. She doesn't like change, and she got used to last week and then back in this week to school. And of course she's in year 11, which is their last year, and you know, she's worried about because we're going to find out tomorrow whether they're going to have exams or not, or how they're going to mark their work. If it's marked on work, they should know tomorrow. So she's ever so nervous about that. Don't know why, because she's an excellent student and she's very clever. But yeah, so she said, will I come up at dinner time and give her a hug, because it's only like a couple of minutes up the road. I said, yes, I'll come dinner time and give you a hug. And she doesn't ask for hugs very often, Millie, so you know that she's not feeling very good if she asks for a hug. So I said, yeah, Mum will meet you dinner time by the gates and you can have a hug. Oh, I got terrible toothache, guys. Oh. As soon as you get a pain in your jaw, don't leave it, get to the dentist. Because you don't want to get like me. So what else? I've been back sewing this week. I've finished sewing all the Winky Wonky bags that I want to send out to all my Patreons. So if you're a Patreon, keep an eye on the mail. I should be sending them out this week. I was hoping to send them out today. But, well, I'll show you what. This is the last one I made, look. Oh, let me take the name off because they're not allowed to see who it's for. So I finished my Winky Wonky. And look, I've done a pattern with a horsey on it, look. I know, but it's a unicorn. Some lining. And then a big one with the same lining. And I'm so chuffed that I managed to get the print the right way up. I'm so chuffed. And I've washed everything. I've washed every one of them, so you'll all have nice smelling ones. So I washed them, but I've got to iron them all. And I did start ironing them on, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. And as I started, and I put my iron up and I went to get the next one, all of a sudden all this smoke started coming out behind the plate. And I thought, is that steam? I thought, it's got water in it. I said, what's the hell's playing up here? So I'll give it a shake and there's still some water in it. And I thought, well, I haven't got it turned on to just steam. So I thought, well, because I was ironing on a towel. Not the best thing to iron on just a towel because it wrinkles. But hey, you know, you use what you got. So I was ironing away. And as I say, this smoke came, and I thought, well, I won't iron on my project bag. I'll just iron straight onto the towel and see if the steam makes the towel wet or whatever, if it's steam. Good job I did, because it was black. The towel, because I had like a white and black towel, striped towel using. Well, it was a browny black yucky colour, and then I could smell it. So I quickly turned the iron off, and it was just billowing smoke. I've had my iron go kabang on me. But this I've never experienced before. There was all this black, horrible smelling smoke then started to come out of it. So I thought, oh, right, that's the end of the ironing then. So I've had to put ironing on hold. So I ordered a new one off Amazon, which said it's going to come Sunday, which it did. So I've got a new iron, so I've got to set that up. Excuse me. Ow. And finish ironing. And then pack them up and send them off. So my iron had gone down, but on Thursday my microwave went down. That literally did go bang. Sparks flying, everything. Because Millie went to melt a bit of Nutella, because Jessie had made these, is it chorizos? They're like donut mixture, but they're like a long length, like that long length, and you deep fry it. And then you put cinnamon sugar on top. So Millie wanted some melted Nutella to go with it. And so I said, yeah. He said, we haven't got any plates that can't go in the microwave, because I don't try not to buy anything and make sure that everything go in the microwave, especially with my husband. And then all of a sudden I could hear her shouting. So I said, what the hell's going on? She said, I've turned it off, I said, what? She said, the microwave was sparking all over the place inside. I said, what the hell did you put in there? I said, would you put a bit of foil on the, you know, off the Nutella lid or something? No. She said, no, it's just one of your green and white plates with the Nutella. And she showed me, and I said, well, there's nothing on there. So I said, well, we won't touch it till your dad comes home. So I unplugged it. And then when he came home, I said, what had happened? And he said, oh, it's probably something on the plate. He said, let me try. So he plugged in. Well, my God, you've never seen so many bloody sparks and flames on the side. So that, yeah, got switched off. He said, right, that's knackered. So that can go out. So I said, I can't do it without my microwave. Oh my God, I'd be lost. So I got on AO, and I've got my disability this week, thank goodness. So I bought a cheap, sharp microwave, and I also got a hand mixer. Because my hand mixer, you know, the one with the 2 prongs, the cheap things to whisk your cream and stuff, has only got one whisker thing on it because the other one snapped in half. Don't ask me how, I have no idea. So when you whip cream, you've only got one whisker to whip it. So I said, well, it's about time I've got a new one. So I ordered that, and they both came Saturday. But Friday night, oh my God, Millie said, oh, I'm going to have a sausage rolls. She said, oh, I can't because it's got to be heated up. It can't got a microwave, because usually she sticks it in the microwave for 30 seconds. I said, well, you have to go back the old-fashioned way and stick it in the oven. And then Saturday before it comes, they wanted, what did they want? Something heated up. And I said, oh, you're going to have to do, some hot milk for a drink, for some hot chocolate or something. She wanted to put milk in. So I said, you'll have to use it like the old-fashioned way. She said, I know, in the oven. I said, no, in the saucepan on the top. She just smiled. But yeah, so when it came, it was a big cheer all round. Because I always, when I make my Nespresso, I always heat my milk up in the microwave. We have got a milk frother thing on the side, but I never use it because I can't be asked to clean it out. So I just fill my cup up to where I like the milk and do it that way, put it in for a minute and off to go. So yeah, so my iron had gone kabang, my microwave had gone kabang, and I was worried what the hell was the third thing that's going to go kabang. So I phoned Grant, told him to be careful in work and on his way home in case it was a car. Phoned Joshua, told him the same, but he said they weren't going out because they were on lockdown, and I forgot. I said, okay. And then one of my friends said on Facebook, well, you've had your teeth, isn't that the other thing? I said, oh yeah, things did go wrong with my teeth. So if you haven't, I said to you about that, the slurmy words and whatever. It is better today, isn't it? Thursday I went to the dentist. In May, I had a little lump up in my jawline, top of my jaw. It wasn't on my gums, it was up in the jaw. But it didn't really hurt. Because we were in lockdown, they said, unless it hurts, we'll leave it alone. So I thought, right. So I left it, and I left it, and I left it, and I left it, and then started hurting about July time. And I thought, no, I can manage this. Because with our conditions, you get used to a certain amount of pain. So, it's just like, okay, I can manage this, that's fine. And then just over 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago, the pain was I got earache. My tonsil was on my right side was swollen. My gland was swollen. I'd got earache and I was starting to get sinus pain, as well as the pain in my jaw, and this lump had grown quite sufficiently. So I phoned the dentist, she said, get in here. She said, we've got an appointment, because this was the afternoon. She said, we've got an appointment in the morning, come in, we'll have a look at it. So he had a look. He said, oh my God. He said, why haven't you not been in yet? And so I explained. He said, it's a mess. He said, we'll take some x-rays. So they took some x-rays. He said, you've got an abscess which is eaten into the bone. That's why it's so painful. It started to eat into your jawbone. And he said, it looks like it's going under your teeth as well and across into the roof of your mouth. So he said, we'll have to give you a course of antibiotics. He said, you can have a root canal thing done, but I don't think that would help. Or you could have tooth out. Hang on, guys, somebody's just turned up. Well, I don't know where I finished off there. I'm very sorry, but my dad just called in, and then the phone rang, and then we had to go to the school, didn't we, Pups, and then back again. So I think we were talking about my tooth, so I do apologise if I repeat anything, but I think we were talking about my tooth when about it being extracted. That was it. So he put me on antibiotics because he said they couldn't inject into it because it was so badly swollen that the anaesthetic stuff wouldn't work, because there's just too much swelling. It would only go into the swelling and not into the bone and into the gums and stuff. So he said, come back in a week and we'll do it in a week's time, which took me up to Thursday. So in I goes, and he says, you sure you want it taken out? I said, well, what do you think? You know, I said, I'm not keen on the root canal because the last one I had didn't work. And he said, I still can't guarantee to work. He said, let me have a look. And he looked in my mouth and he went, oh no. No, he said, there's only one option now. He said, and that's to take it out. He said, not a lot of the swelling's come down, but hopefully enough for the injections to work. Because he said, it's, you know, it's all under your mouth and everywhere now. So he put injections all down the side of my mouth and in the roof of my mouth, which is not pleasant, as you all know, who's ever had one. And it took most of the pain away, but not completely. But I just wanted it out by then. So it took him ages, and he ended up having to dig into my jaw and something to get it out. But he said, can I keep going? I said, just keep going, just keep going. Just don't stop. I'll raise my hand if I want you to stop. Yeah, he did get it out. And he said it was like extracting 3 teeth at the same time, because all the 3 roots were going in opposite directions. None of them were straight. They were all bent and twisted, but all in opposite directions. So he'd had to literally cut each root out one at a time, and yeah, so you can imagine. And then cutting where the jaw is to make sure to try and clean it out as best they could. So yeah, and he said I'm going to be in a bit of a mess for a while, but hopefully it'll settle. But I've got 2 fillings on my left side. He said, well, I've got to go and have redone, because I had them done when I was a kid. So you're talking 40 odd years ago. And they've deteriorated, not on the top, but by my tooth. So they're starting to hurt. And they took x-rays and you can see there's a deterioration. He said, which after 40 years, you know, not surprising. So they have to be dug out as well and redone, which can't be till January unless they start giving me a lot of pain. Well, they started giving me a lot of pain. I can't chew at all now on my left side, and I can't chew at all on my right side. So eating food, I can only eat food that I can eat with my front teeth, and then it takes me something that would normally take you 5 minutes could take me an hour to eat. I only can have lukewarm drinks. So yeah, it's fun, and I'm not a lover of the dentist. And I've also got that broken tooth, haven't I, at the back, but that's not bothering me at the moment. But that needs, so you're going to do that at the same time. He fixes the other 2 fillings. So that'll be fun. But as I say, toothache's the worst, so I'm not going to leave them. I'll get him to pull them out as soon as possible. But I can feel myself dribbling over every now and again. It's so embarrassing. Kids like, oh, Mum, it doesn't matter. I said, I know. But it's awful. I feel like, you know, little babby like dribbling. I can't control its dribble. But yeah. But I said it does feel a little bit better again today. So I'm not taking the really strong painkillers anymore. I'm just on paracetamols now. I said I can cope with just the paracetamols and keep the strong ones when I really need it. And I've still got oral gel, which I need to put on my left side teeth, them ones that need refilling. I'll stack a load of oral gel on the top of that, and that should help with the painkillers. So yeah. And of course, so I couldn't do my WIP and Chat Saturday. I've got to have another slurp. I've made a fresh cup of tea while I was out. So I couldn't do it Saturday because I couldn't talk for long. Because by Saturday my face was quite swollen as well. It seemed to take a while, but yeah, it's going back down. So that was that. So yeah, so I saved, I didn't want to do it on Saturday, so I did put a thing up about, not to a couple of people, about doing it on my, well, I asked some of my patrons, should I do it or shan't I? And some friends, and they said no, rest your voice for, because I said I really want to do the DP-a-thon, which was yesterday, Sunday. Well, it was Saturday and Sunday, but I was on Sunday night for us. And so I spent the weekend cross-stitching Pandemic on and off, because it was 24 hours of cross-stitching as well this weekend. I wasn't officially doing it, but I said I'm going to have a go, see how many hours I could do on the Saturday and the Sunday. And I think I managed, was it 10 hours and so many minutes and 1,200 stitches or something. So I was really pleased, because that, you know, that was a lot on my Pandemic for me. Of course, I was watching all the DP-a-thon, all the peoples doing their little segments, and I tell you what, it was so entertaining, so much more fun than watching telly, I tell you. They were just brilliant, and the people in chat were fantastic. Got to know a lot more people. I subbed to a few more channels that I didn't know about, and oh, it was just brilliant. I laughed and, you know, giggled, and oh, it was just so nice. And then last night I had mine, because I always go live on a Sunday, as you know. So I only did 8 till 9:30 last night. Oh, and I had all these, you know, I asked these questions, would you do this or would you do that? Give you 2 options, which do you do, or which you like, or all that sort of stuff. And I think I only managed 2 or 3 questions, because we just laughed and laughed and laughed. And everybody just was so chatty in the chat. It was just so comical. I come away and my jaw and my mouth, I gotta admit, were throbbing. They were throbbing. And Grant said, "You all right?" I said, "I'm in a lot of pain, but oh my God, it was so worth it." He said, "Well, all I could hear was you lot laughing," he said, in between, because he said he was dozing in and out upstairs when he went back up. And he said all he could hear was laughing. And I said it was. I said it was just constant laughing all the way through. So thank you everybody that came to the DP-a-thon, and a special big thank you to the ones that came to mine last night. I'd never had so many, even on the DPs I've done before. I think I had 68 at one point. I nearly died. You know, that's a massive amount, because mine's usually about the 20 mark, and that's a nice number. I'm quite happy with my 20 mark, you know, don't get me wrong, I love it, because we do have a great laugh. But yeah, and it was nice that the new people that hadn't been in my live before were joining in the chat and answering the questions, and do you know what I mean? Everybody was contributing to the chat. It was just so much fun. So much fun. So I'm going to watch a few now after this one. After I've done this video, there's a few that I want to go back and watch that I didn't get to watch because we had to get a bit of sleep, as you know. So I'm going to watch them today. And if I don't get to watch them all today, it'll be this week that I'll catch up on everybody's that I missed and find out how theirs went. But from what I can read on our Facebook chat for the DP-a-thon, everybody, all the creators really enjoyed it. So, and you could always tell, because as Jennifer from DP Addictions Adventures said, she said she was on mine, and she said, and I went away to do something and came back, and she said Carl hadn't put any more drills down. I didn't put many drills down. I think so, maybe 20, if that, in the whole hour and a half, because it was just constantly chatting and laughing and giggling. That's when you know you've had a good time, when not many drills have gone down. So that was that. What else? Oh, Grant got his Dremel. And if anybody doesn't know what a Dremel is, I didn't know what a Dremel was till he said he was getting one. He's got, it's like a drill sort of bit tool thing. Well, it's straight, and then it's got like bits on the end of they're not drill bits, but they're not chisel bits. I don't know what they are, but he's got to do these bears, isn't he? And he's got to do them in African hardwood. I think it's ebony, the one he's got. It's really, really expensive. It's about £50 for a 6x4x9. Yeah. No, it's not even that big, is it? It's about 9 inches long. No, it's 4x4. 4 meters, 4 inches. What are we looking at? Let me look on here. It's definitely not 4 inches. It's about 3 inches wide and 3 inches tall by 9 inches, roughly. And that's 50 quid. Now, you heard me, 50 quid. But it's because it's so hard, this wood. I mean, I think they make clarinets and they even make bagpipes out of it because it's so hard and sturdy. It's knackering his blades, so that's why I bought the Dremel, because it has bits that you can file away. It has pieces like rasp, like a rasp sort of ends on it and things, where you can sand it off bit by bit and drill it off. So he's been playing with that, and he's loving that. That's his new toy. He said, "Oh, you can use it if you want to." I said, "Oh, great. I'm not going to get a look in, am I? Not that I know what I'd use it for." But yeah, so he's playing that. So he's done one bay, finished one bay yesterday. So he's just got to sand it by hand, and he's a bit disappointed because he likes to carve these things all by hand. He doesn't like using tools, but this is near enough impossible to... Well, it's not that it's impossible. It would take him months to do it by hand. Months and months and months. Because like when we were in Raskatani in Tanzania. It's like a village. And there's a village there that do carving. And they carve ebony. And we've got loads of... Well, we've got quite a few different African woods. But most of it's ebony. And to watch them, they use like these, it's like a file, a rasp file, and they just file and they make all these figures and stuff. And I said to him, "How the hell do they do it?" He said, "They're just used to it, used to working with it, and they make it look so easy, but it's such hard work on your hands to do it." And like Grant said, he hasn't got months and months that he can work on a little tiny projects, because there's other things that he wants to be doing. So he asked the client what they wanted to do. Were they all right that it would be made with a Dremel and not completely all handmade? And he sent him pictures of the tools and of the tools that it had wrecked, and the bloke was, no, that's fine. He said, "That's fine." He said, "I don't want you to wreck all your tools over it." So yeah, so he's going to do it with the Dremel. So that'd be interesting. The one he did yesterday is really good. And I've never seen, because he's putting them on, he's got 3 sticks, and they're actually from a rose bush. So it's rosewood, but not in the sense that we know rosewood, because that's a completely different species, but it's wood from a rose bush. And it's probably about that thick, the main stem, and then it gets a little bit smaller for the next one, and then for the baby one it's a little bit smaller. And I've never seen a rose bush with that thick, but he has got hundreds of rose bushes where he lives, and it's, yeah, donkey's years old. But yeah, so he cut these 3 pieces off, so that's what he's using, but he hasn't got to shape them. He's just going to debark them and then smooth them out and sand them. And then they're going to cut them to length when they get them back. So that'll save Grant some work. So I think every weekend he wants to do... He said he might do one in here if I don't mind the mess, because it's just black. Very fine black wood everywhere. So I said, as long as he helps me clean up, I don't mind. You know. So, and Millie's shed is coming Wednesday. So I only ordered it in May, so it hasn't taken long, is it? Yeah, right. But yeah, it's supposed to be here Wednesday, so hopefully that doesn't get cancelled. So I'll have to move my car at the drive, and then I'll have to just put it in the drive up against the fence for now, because Grant was supposed to tidy down the side of our piece down the side of the house that goes to the back garden. There's a section there that's under like plastic, I don't know, roofing stuff, I don't know what it's called. But all the bikes and things are under there, and there's spare wheels and stuff like that. So there's no room to put the shed there at the moment. So I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know. So this weekend he's off Saturday, and Sunday he wants to start putting that up or get it somewhere where it's dry. So I don't know when he's going to do. So he's really going to have to do these bears in the evening, and in the evening the only place he can do them is in my kitchen. So that's going to be fun. But that's what you got to put up with, isn't it? You know. Oh, that's sort of not hot, not cold, lukewarm. I'll be glad when I can have just a hot drink again, because it's not quite the same having a lukewarm cup of tea. Not the same at all. So what's everybody else up to this week? You up to much? I'm hoping to, as I said, to iron my Winky Wonky bags, get that sorted this week. I'd like to do a little bit on my Dark Queen of the Seas, because I've not touched that since part 3 dropped last week. I think I couldn't cope the last couple of days with more than one colour for cross stitching, because my brain just couldn't cope with it. So I might do some of that tomorrow. I might just start it, because it doesn't matter if I get behind. I keep telling myself it doesn't matter if I haven't done part 3 when part 4 comes out. But I'm going to try not to get behind on it. But you don't know, do you? Life gets in the way and things happen. Pups has got the vets on Wednesday. She's got to have her jabbies. Haven't you, babe? She had a shower yesterday. She's not happy with anybody because she don't like showers. Because me and the girls took her for a walk, and we went down the graveyard, and because it was Remembrance Sunday, that's why I've got this. Can you? Oh, I don't know if you can see it. If I move it that way, you can see it. Can you see the soldier? This is why I've got this tray out today instead of my Christmas one, because it was Remembrance Sunday yesterday, to remember all the fallen soldiers and to say thank you. So we went down the churchyard, because there's quite a few graves down the churchyard of soldiers and things. Pay our respects down there, and we like to look at the gravestones and, you know, let people, not people, but forget. I always think they're forgetting souls, you know, the old graves that are over 100 years old and nobody visits them. And Jessie's very drawn to certain ones for some reason, don't know why, but she has been since she could walk. She has to put like a little flower or a little acorn or a little leaf on it or something, and she still does it now. But she was drawn to other graves yesterday, and she was drawn to these ones, which I've not noticed before, and I've been past them loads and loads of times, never noticed. And it was 2 Polish graves, and they were 2 Polish couples, but the husbands had both been in the 1st Battalion of a Polish something army, because the girls tried to translate it. And it was nice just to say, go past their grave and say, well, thank you for your service, it was much appreciated. Do you know what I mean? And the girls like just pushed a bit of the dirt off the headstones and whatever. But Pups, because it's all wet leaves and mud and dirt, and because she's got shorty legs, was absolutely filthy. So when we got, I sent Grant a text, and then Millie rang him as we were walking home to say we're on our way home. He said, right, bath's nearly run, so bring her straight up on the lead and straight in the shower bath. So you had a shower bath, didn't you, babe? But she smells absolutely divine. Oh, and her fur is soft. Oh my God, it's so soft and fluffy. You just want to cuddle her all the time, but she's not happy with any of us. Not happy with any of us. She went, as soon as she got towel dried, because we don't put the hair dryer on her very often because she hates it. She's quite frightened of it. So I don't want to traumatise her. So we towel dry it, and the house is warm. We'd got the heating on, so it was nice and warm for her. Yes, we put the heating on for the doggy. so it was nice and warm. The first place she ran to was our bed. She pulled the sheets back, the pillows back, she rolled all over it, the quilt back, and yeah, that was her way of saying, if you're going to shower me, this is what I'm going to do to your bed. When you, babe? And then you legged it downstairs and jumped all over the settee, rubbed yourself all in the carpets, onto the chairs. Yeah. That was our punishment for giving her a shower. But I said to Grant, he said, oh, bloody hell. And I said, well, it's all clean because she's lovely and clean. So, and there, baby girl. And then you curled up with Millie on the settee, didn't you? And you two stayed there then. Cutched up, didn't you, Mum? She's on the camel saddle, all cutched up. She's only speaking to me if she can come out in the car. And that's it. And then as soon as we get back, she's huffed with me again then. She's funny. She's worse than the kids, honest to God. She really is. But I love her to bits and she'd get away with anything. Millie and the girls, well, Millie, Jessie, the girls and Grant all say that I spoil her. Josh doesn't, because Josh is just as bad. He spoils all the animals. If you say to him, give him one treat, he'll have to give him two. Do you know what I mean? So they love seeing him come through the door. So I'm gonna have some lunch in a minute. Find something soft. I'm gonna see if I've got any soup, because I couldn't eat my toast this morning. Well, I tried to eat it. I ate about half of it, but it was bloody so hard work with just using your front teeth. So I might see if we've got some soup or something. So I'm gonna have an omelette for tea, because I thought that would be soft, or scrambled eggs. I'm not sure, one or the other, because I thought it'd be easy to eat. I'm doing Spanish omelettes for Grant. He wants a Spanish omelette. And the girls said they want ham omelettes, because my dad bought me more eggs this morning. Why he bought me more eggs? He bought me a load on Friday, but I think he forgot. So I didn't say anything. So I've got to use up a load of eggs. So I thought omelettes it is then. And we haven't had omelettes in a long, long time. So I said that'd be quite nice for a complete change. And it's not too difficult to do. You know, cut up all your fresh bits that you're going to put in it. Beat up your eggs and then Bob's your uncle. It's all ready to go. So I think that's about all I got to tell you. Started to think about Christmas and what we're going to get everybody for Christmas. So I'm thinking it's going to be mostly ordered offline. So I said to the girls I might not be able to do the picky-pocky stocking fillers that I normally do, but they said they're not bothered. Mum will just do what we can do as long as we're together. So they did notice the chocolate calendars were out. So, and they were reduced, well not reduced, on offer from £2 for £1. So I bought 3 and they went, why are you buying 3? There's only 2 of us. I said, you have got a brother. Well, he might not be home. I said, well, your dad can have it then if he doesn't come home. But I said I bought him one in case he wants one. I said I can't leave him out just because he's not here. He just went, all right. I think they were hoping that they'd have it then. It's so funny. Oh, I did pick some of these up today. I'm going to start putting some bits and pieces away. So these are Terry's Chocolate Orange Minis. Look. Bag of mini chocolate oranges already sliced and diced, ready to go. So, well, I got them for somebody else, for a friend, but I also got myself a pack. So they're in my Christmas stocking pile. So that's 2 things I've got for Christmas. Usually I've got loads of bits and pieces in, but because we haven't been going anywhere, I haven't really got anything. So I'm going to have a look in Etsy and try and buy, if I can, a load of homemade stuff for people this year, so I can support all the little businesses as best I can. That's my intention anyway, even if it's just something small. It doesn't matter, does it? So yeah, so what we on 25 and whatever that other video was. So I'll leave it there and I'll say thank you ever so much for stopping by and watching my WIP and Chat. It's so appreciated. You know, I love each and every one of you. If you'd like to stick around and you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to press the old subscribe button. And thank you everybody that has done that and sticks with me week in, week out. You know I love you all and appreciate each and every one of you. There's also a notification button by the side that will let you know when I go live, which is on a Sunday, or when I put videos up, which is a couple of times a week. Usually I put this up on a Saturday, which WIP and Chat's always on a Saturday. My floss tube's always on a Thursday, and then in the week I can put colouring, crocheting, not crocheting, although I'm going to take crocheting back up, have another go at it. Colouring, diamond painting, cross stitching, and I'm going to try, and I'm doing a bit of trying to learn to knit, and I'm going to try doing a bit more on my granny blanket to practice doing crocheting. So that will, if they do any videos, that'll, if you press the notification button, that'll let you know when them are up. If you want to have a chat, all my social media stuff is down below, and that will let you know. And then if you want to just have a chat, it's down there, or have a chat on the comments that's down below, and I always answer. So with that said, please take care, look after yourselves and stay safe. Love you all. Bye.